Across the ancient world, stories speak of a mysterious light rising over Bethlehem, a celestial sign that sparked journeys, inspired debate, and became one of history's most enduring sky enigmas. For centuries, scholars, astronomers, and believers have tried to answer a single question: what was the Star of Bethlehem? A comet, a supernova, a planetary alignment, or something far beyond natural explanation? Could this extraordinary light have been a rare astronomical event, perfectly timed with an extraordinary moment in history? Or was it a deliberate sign meant only for the eyes of those who knew how to read the sky? Before we begin, make sure to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and leave a like to support Best of History and Mythology. New episodes are coming soon, and you don't want to miss the next deep dive into ancient mysteries. In the quiet hills of ancient Judea, the night sky was more than a tapestry of distant lights. It was a living map of meaning, a celestial guide used by travelers, priests, and scholars to interpret the rhythms of the world. When an unusual star appeared above the small town of Bethlehem, it immediately drew the attention of observers who specialized in rare astronomical events and sacred sky omens. To them, this mysterious light was not simply a bright point above the horizon. It was a sign worth investigating, a cosmic signal that something extraordinary was unfolding. At that time, sky watchers in the Near East relied heavily on star patterns, seasonal alignments, and unexpected celestial phenomena to understand major political and spiritual changes. When a rare star rose in the east, those skilled in ancient sky interpretation believed it marked the beginning of a significant event. The sudden appearance of a luminous object that did not match familiar constellations or routine planetary movement became the center of intense curiosity. As the star shone over Bethlehem, its visibility captured the imagination of those trained in cosmic symbolism. In many cultures of the ancient world, the heavens were considered a divine manuscript. Any unusual glow, unfamiliar brightness, or shifting point of light could signal the birth of a notable figure or the rise of a new era. The star above Bethlehem stood out because it appeared at a moment when political tension and spiritual expectation were already high. Travelers journeying along trade routes reported seeing a radiant object unlike any normal star, leading to debates among scholars about its origin. Some believed it represented a royal sign, others insisted it marked the beginning of a long-awaited prophecy. Whatever its nature, the light above Bethlehem became a catalyst for speculation among those who specialized in ancient astral messages. It encouraged observers to follow its position with precision, hoping it would reveal clues about the future. In this early moment of the story, the mystery of the star rested not in its destination, but in its appearance. A rare celestial signal had emerged in the night, prompting learned observers to search for meaning in a sky filled with symbolic power. The star's unexpected rise set the stage for one of the most discussed sky mysteries in ancient history, a phenomenon that continues to inspire debates across astronomy, theology, and historical research. When researchers explore possible natural explanations for the Star of Bethlehem, one of the earliest theories points toward the appearance of a bright comet. Comets were among the most dramatic spectacles in the ancient sky, leaving luminous tails that stretched across the darkness and capturing the attention of anyone who witnessed them. In cultures that closely followed rare sky phenomena, a brilliant comet passing near Earth was often viewed as a major celestial message, inspiring both curiosity and apprehension. Ancient Chinese astronomers meticulously recorded unusual sky events, including what they called guest stars and sweeping comet trails. Their observations include bright comets visible around the general time frame associated with the Nativity era, which has encouraged some historians to consider whether one of these cosmic visitors could match the descriptions of an extraordinary light seen by observers in the ancient Near East. The possibility of an unexpected comet shining over the region remains one of the most discussed scientific alternatives. Comets, however, held complex symbolic meanings. They were not always interpreted as positive omens, but they were undeniably recognized as signals of important change. Their sudden appearance made them ideal candidates for ancient sky prophecy interpretations, especially in societies that associated unusual celestial lights with political or spiritual transitions. A brilliant comet traveling across the horizon could easily have been perceived as a sign of a monumental event taking shape. The physical behavior of comets added to their mystery. Their long glowing tails, shifting brightness, and visible motion made them stand out from the steady glow of the regular stars. A striking comet visible from trade routes connecting distant kingdoms would have sparked conversations among travelers, scribes, and scholars. For those who specialized in ancient celestial interpretation, the arrival of a bright comet would have demanded analysis and could have encouraged journeys in search of deeper meaning. This hypothesis remains compelling because a comet is one of the few natural objects capable of producing a dramatic, unmistakable display in the sky, one bright enough to influence the imagination of people across different cultures. While not all scholars agree that a comet fits the historical context, the theory continues to attract interest from those studying biblical sky mysteries, ancient comet sightings, and rare astronomical events documented in early records. If a brilliant light appeared in the sky today, would you interpret it as a natural event or as a powerful sign with a hidden message? Share your thoughts after watching the full video. Among the possible explanations for the mysterious light associated with the Nativity period, the idea of a supernova stands out for its sheer dramatic impact. A supernova is one of the most powerful events in the universe, a stellar explosion so intense that it can briefly outshine an entire galaxy. When such an event occurs within view of Earth, it becomes a striking new object in the night sky, often brighter than any familiar star and sometimes visible even during daylight. For ancient sky watchers, the sudden appearance of a brilliant new star would have been impossible to ignore. Historical records across different civilizations mention bright guest stars that appeared unexpectedly, lasting for weeks or months before gradually fading. These observations, often catalogued by skilled early astronomers, have inspired modern researchers to consider whether one such event might match the timeline associated with the appearance of an extraordinary light above the Near East. The possibility of an ancient supernova becoming visible to observers in the region has fueled ongoing debates among historians, astronomers, and biblical scholars. A supernova would have presented itself in a way that was unmistakably different from known planets and traditional stars. Its sudden arrival, powerful glow, and gradual fade make it one of the few celestial events capable of capturing widespread attention across multiple cultures. A new point of intense brightness emerging in a familiar constellation could have sparked immediate interest among those who followed rare cosmic signs, especially in societies that linked sky changes with important historical moments. For observers trained in early astronomy, a supernova would have been interpreted as a major cosmic signal. The physical nature of a supernova also aligns with observations of objects that appear stationary relative to the surrounding stars. Unlike comets or wandering planets, a supernova does not travel across the sky. It appears fixed in one celestial location, which made it easy for early astronomers to track and discuss. Its stability in the sky, combined with its unusual brightness, would have elevated it above routine star patterns and familiar night sky markers. Even without advanced instruments, its presence would have stood out clearly. The main challenge for this theory lies in the limited surviving records from the precise era under consideration. However, gaps in ancient documentation are not uncommon, and many sky events from antiquity remain unrecorded or lost. Because a supernova is one of the few natural phenomena capable of producing an extremely bright and unexpected stellar object, it remains a prominent candidate in modern discussions of ancient sky mysteries, biblical astronomical events, and rare stellar explosions visible to early civilizations. One of the most intriguing scientific explanations for the mysterious light observed during the ancient Nativity period centers on the possibility of a rare planetary conjunction. A planetary conjunction occurs when two or more planets appear extremely close together in the night sky, creating the illusion of a single bright point of light. For ancient astronomers who tracked celestial movements with remarkable patience, such an alignment would have been considered a powerful sky omen capable of signaling major historical events. Planetary movements followed predictable cycles, but certain alignments were exceptionally uncommon. When bright planets like Jupiter and Saturn approached each other within a narrow section of the sky, they produced a striking visual effect that early observers found fascinating. Their combined radiance could outshine surrounding stars and attract immediate interest among scholars who specialized in ancient sky interpretation. In regions where astrology played a central role in understanding political shifts and royal birth signs, a rare planetary alignment carried immense symbolic weight. Some of the most documented ancient conjunctions occurred in constellations associated with specific lands and cultural identities. When planetary alignments appeared in star groups connected to regions such as Judea, observers trained in celestial symbolism believed that significant events were unfolding within those territories. This type of alignment, especially when involving planets commonly linked to ideas of authority, kingship, or divine influence, would have been interpreted as a meaningful message written in the heavens. For early sky watchers, such a conjunction signaled an exceptional moment worth studying closely. The appearance of a planetary conjunction created a stable and predictable light, different from a comet or a sudden stellar explosion. Its gradual approach and slow separation allowed observers to follow its progression over time, making it easier to analyze and discuss. This stability made planetary alignment events ideal for those who relied on celestial markers to decode symbolic narratives. The merging of planetary lights into a single brilliant point offered a visually impressive phenomenon without introducing the unpredictability associated with other rare sky events. Although ancient records vary in detail, the concept of powerful planetary alignments remains central to modern investigations of historic sky mysteries. Their visibility, symbolism, and predictable nature make them a compelling candidate in the search for natural explanations behind unexplained ancient lights and rare astronomical signals that captivated early civilizations. Because a planetary conjunction could generate a bright and meaningful sky marker without requiring extraordinary conditions, it remains a prominent theory among scholars studying and interpreting ancient celestial phenomena. If you are enjoying this journey into one of history's greatest mysteries, remember to subscribe to Best of History and Mythology, leave a like, and activate the bell icon so you never miss our next discovery. The possibility that the mysterious light associated with the Nativity was not a natural phenomenon but a supernatural sign has shaped centuries of theological reflection. In many ancient traditions, extraordinary lights in the sky were seen as direct messages from the divine realm. A luminous presence that did not follow ordinary astronomical behavior would have been interpreted by observers as a manifestation of sacred power. This perspective invites a different approach to understanding the event, one grounded in spiritual symbolism rather than scientific patterns. If the light above Bethlehem was a supernatural sign, its purpose would not be tied to celestial cycles or routine astronomical movements. Instead, it would function as a unique signal designed to draw attention at a precise moment in human history. A miraculous light, unlike any natural object, could appear exactly when needed, shine with a distinctive intensity, and guide specific individuals without relying on predictable celestial mechanics. For ancient witnesses who believed that the divine communicated through extraordinary visions, such a light would have carried profound meaning. This interpretation highlights the role of spiritual perception in ancient cultures. Many people of the time believed that sacred events were often accompanied by unusual manifestations in the heavens. A divine sign was expected to be clear enough for those prepared to recognize its significance, yet mysterious enough to transcend ordinary explanation. If the star was a miraculous phenomenon, it would have been understood not as an object in the sky, but as a purposeful signal intended to reveal the beginning of an important narrative. A supernatural light would not be limited by the physical constraints that shape natural astronomical bodies. It could appear stationary, change intensity, or position itself in ways that would not align with the known behavior of stars or planets. Its presence would have been interpreted through the lens of spiritual meaning rather than scientific observation. This perspective aligns with ancient beliefs that the divine could intervene in visible ways when a moment of great historical importance arrived. The miracle hypothesis remains compelling for many because it introduces the possibility of a purposeful and intentional sign rather than a coincidental sky event. A miraculous light would carry symbolic weight that surpasses the boundaries of astronomy, reflecting themes of prophecy, divine guidance, and sacred revelation. This interpretation continues to attract interest among those who explore biblical miracles, ancient divine signs, and unexplained spiritual phenomena recorded throughout early history. Do you believe the Star of Bethlehem was a miracle beyond science? Or do you lean toward a rare astronomical event that ancient observers interpreted as divine? Tell us what you think in the comments. Reconstructing the ancient sky with modern astronomical tools has revealed a sequence of planetary movements that matches neither a comet nor a supernova, yet stands out as an exceptionally rare pattern. What emerges is a series of motions centered around Jupiter, a planet long associated with kingship in ancient sky interpretation. For early astronomer priests, Jupiter was not just a bright object, it was a symbol of power, destiny, and royal birth. Its unusual behavior during the period surrounding the Nativity has drawn significant attention from scholars exploring historical night sky mysteries. Astronomical simulations show that Jupiter performed an extraordinary cycle within the constellation Leo, a sign linked to rulership and authority in ancient star symbolism. The planet approached Regulus, a star often described as a signifier of sovereignty, and engaged in a rare retrograde loop that made it appear to circle the star multiple times. For observers trained in ancient sky omens, this repeated motion would have reinforced the impression of a celestial announcement connected to the arrival of a powerful leader. The phenomenon offered a blend of symbolic meaning and visual clarity that would have made it especially compelling to those who studied cosmic patterns. This sequence continued as Jupiter moved to a position where it appeared to pause in the sky, a moment caused by the planet reaching a point of apparent stillness during its orbit. To ancient watchers, the planet's change in motion would not have been a technical astronomical effect, but a meaningful sign. When viewed from the region around Jerusalem, Jupiter's position would have aligned directly toward Bethlehem during this stationary phase. The placement created a striking visual reference that observers could interpret as a guiding marker. The combination of symbolic motifs, rare astronomical behavior, and geographic alignment supports the idea that the event may have held specific relevance for scholar travelers who specialized in star interpretation. For the Magi, who were adept at reading celestial messages, the pattern created by Jupiter could have been understood as a precise signal pointing to a pivotal birth. This interpretation blends scientific reconstruction with ancient symbolism, offering a perspective that does not rely on a single dramatic phenomenon, but on a sequence of meaningful movements. What makes this possibility especially intriguing is that it fits within natural astronomical laws, while still carrying the weight of spiritual significance for the cultures that observed it. The alignment of planets and stars can produce messages that are only clear to those who possess the knowledge to decode them. The idea that a celestial event could serve as a targeted sign for expert observers reflects the profound connection ancient civilizations felt between the heavens and human destiny. This interpretation continues to draw interest from researchers studying biblical astronomy, ancient sky predictions, and rare planetary patterns that influenced early historical narratives. Thank you for watching. May the past continue to illuminate your path. See you in our next video here on Best of History and Mythology.